The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Oh, I woke the cat up and got yelled at. Well, speaking of yelling, how about this? The San Francisco Giants and Los Angeles Dodgers in a weekend series at Chavez Ravine, and it was not all peaches and cream for the Dodgers on Saturday. In the first inning, the Giants sent 8 to the plate and scored 3 runs. It starts with a Mike Ivy ground ball to take a 1-0 lead. Then Heidi Cruz singled home Jack Clark to make it 2-0, and then Johnny, the master of his own domain, doubled home Cruz. It's 3-0 before the Dodgers get the chance to bat. But in the bottom of the first, off of Bob Knepper, Reggie Smith hits a 2-run homer, his 19th of the year, to make it 3-2. The Dodgers would go ahead. They would put 3 on the board in the third inning. Steve Garvey, an RBI single to score Billy North to make it 3-3. Dusty Baker, a sac fly to make it 4-3, and well, you can see it on the screen. I have no idea how it became 5-3, but it did. One of those secret runs, that the Dodgers scored. But San Francisco would go ahead to stay in the fifth. Heidi Cruz would single home Jack Clark to make it 5-4. A wild pitch scored Mike Ivy to make it 5-all. And then Larry Herndon would score Cruz to take a 6-5 lead. Bob Knepper goes to 15-8. Tommy John falls to 7-11. The Dodgers have the best record in baseball at 68-49. But as we head into the later stages of August, there's not anything in stone. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. A special primetime game. Come on, you can close. From Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, it is the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And good evening, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett, and we welcome you to, thank you, the broadcast. We would have normally gone at noon, but instead we ended up, that was the best time for us to actually tape the 47th episode and last of our first year of Digital Dice. And again, for all of you who have listened and contributed and liked, we thank you all so much. Digital, the word T-O, dice.com. And so we thank you so much. Over 40,000 listens in our first year, and Dave and I are eternally grateful to all of you. All right, on to the game itself. Well, it turns out we got ourselves a pretty good pitching matchup. I don't look at these things in advance. I honestly don't know. But you get Don Sutton for the Dodgers and the Count John Monefusco for the Giants on a Chamber of Commerce day in the city of the Angels. 86 degrees and clear, the wind blowing in from 12 miles an hour from left field. Now, the Dodgers, as you know, did lose the game yesterday, but so did the Reds, and so the lead remains at 4.5 games for the Dodgers. Of all 4 divisions in baseball, this is the biggest spread of the 4. So buckle in. You never know what's going to happen when these two old rivals play. As I said, Don Sutton and the Count John Monefusco next right here. And so as Sutton takes his warm-up tosses, we can tell you he's 13-9 with a 3.68 ERA. This is his 25th start of the year. He has 9 left. And if you're wondering where we are in the replay, it is August 13th, a Sunday afternoon in Los Angeles. Against the Giants, this is his 3rd start. In his previous 2, he is 1-1 with an ERA of 4.32. In 16 2/3 innings, he's allowed 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 6 and is 1-1. And if you're wondering why the Dodgers went 0-12 against the Pirates, look at Don Sutton's numbers. He gave up 21 runs in 32 innings. That's not great. His last start was against the Padres on the 8th. He went 8 innings and no decision, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. So over 193 innings, he's allowed 180 hits, 90 runs, 25 home runs. That's a lot. 79 earned. He has walked 48 and struck out 124. And he is a fastball pitcher, a fly ball pitcher, which should help him at Dodger Stadium today in the wind. And that fastball tops out at 86. How you doing, Dave Gardner and Mark Forsberg? And we should be back tomorrow at noon time. A lineup that the San Francisco 40... it's the 4th time I almost said 49ers. The Giants send up today. Bill Madlock, bad helmet and all, will lead off at second base. Jim Dwyer in center field will bat second. Jack Clark will bat third and play right. Willie McCovey cleans up at first. Darrell Evans at third will bat fifth. How you doing, T.B. Pauling? Nice to have you along. Terry Whitfield will bat sixth and play left field. Roger Metzger is at short. He'll go seventh. Tamargo behind the plate will bat eighth. And Monefusco, who should go about 120 pitches, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Dodgers, Rick Monday is in left field. I don't ever remember him playing left, but I was a little kid. He's a 2 and a 3 out there, so take a waltz step, but that's not very good. Billy North a 5 and a 3 in center. No Dusty Baker in the lineup. Reggie Smith is a 5 and an 8 in right. The infield for the Dodgers, Ron Say is a 7 at third. Billy Russell an 8 at short. Lee Lacy is a 4 at second. And Steve Garvey, of course, is a 9 at first. Johnny Oates behind the plate. Hopefully he won't try to steal third again. He's a 4 and a 4. And Don Sutton is an 8 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. And with all that, Bill Madlock steps in, the all-star second baseman at 317, 17 homers, and 41 RBI. And Sutton delivers. There's a fly ball to shallow left. That's going to drop in for a hit. And the Giants are in business to start the ball game. Jim Dwyer at 173 came over from the Cardinals. 4 homers and 12 RBI. He would go to the Red Sox, but I don't think in 78. Pitch from Sutton. Ground ball up the middle. Russell has a late jump on it on the grass, and Dwyer beats it out. And so the first two reach for the Giants. And that'll bring up Jack Clark at 311. 17 homers and 77 RBI. My nose itches. Sutton delivers, and Clark strikes out. An 0-2 curve swung on and missed for strike 3. So that'll bring up stretch Willie McCovey. Since his last year in San Francisco, he would end his career, I believe, in San Diego. Or was he back from his time in San Diego? I think he was back. Anyway, the cat is joining us. And she's giving me a dirty look. 238 for Willie, 12 homers, and 37 RBI. His year is almost done. He's only supposed to get 31 more at-bats. Pitch to McCovey is a base hit right center field. Madlock will score. McCovey's into second, and the Giants lead at 1-0. So not the start that Sutton wants. Looking for win number 14. Here's Darrell Evans at 222. 13 homers and 43 RBI. So runners on second and third, and only one out. Pitch, ball 4. So Evans will go to first, and the bases are loaded for Terry Whitfield, who's at 315. 6 homers and 37 RBI. So Dwyer on third, McCovey on second, and Evans on first. Late arriving crowd, it is Dodger Stadium after all. Sutton's pitch, and Whitfield base hit left side. Dwyer will score. Monday boots it. McCovey scores, and Evans and Whitfield move up 90. So it's a single and an error on McCovey on Monday, and it's 3-0 San Francisco. Somewhere Lorenzo and his soccer team are kind of trembling a bit. Darrell Evans in 84, of course. Mark with the Tigers. And, of course, he was a big member of the division winners in 87 as well. Here's Rip Metzger. 273, no homers, and 9 RBI as the cat wanders around aimlessly. So Evans on third, Whitfield on first, and the Giants have a 3 spot on the board with 1 out in the top of the first. Metzger, there's a base hit. Evans will score. Whitfield will try to go home. Billy North's going to throw to the plate. Oates puts on the tag, not in time, and it's 5-0 loss of San Francisco. And so Don Sutton stands on the mound absolutely bewildered. At the moment, his game ERA is 135. That is stunning. Tommy's going to see if he can get out of the inning. But, man. So here's John Tamargo at 121, a homer and 3 RBI. Here's the pitch. And Tamargo laces that one into right field. Smith will pick it up. And Tommy's got no choice. He's got to... Oh, gosh. He's got to come get him. And so in one of the rare cases where you got to make a change in the first inning, Rick Rhoden, who's not scheduled to pitch until the middle of September, is going to get some long duty today. Oh my goodness, 5 runs, 6 hits. And he's still responsible for Metzger and Tamargo. Sutton faced 8 batters and retired 1. So Rhoden, with really no time to warm up, making his 22nd appearance. Big clue. How are you? Rhoden is 8-7 with an ERA of 4.29. We taped Digital Dice today over lunch, and so you get the night game instead. Sanford's against the Giants. He has started once. He is 1-0 with 8 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 7. His last appearance was 2 days ago against San Francisco out of the pen. 2 innings, a hit, and 2 strikeouts. So, if you joined us late, Rick Rhoden comes in with 1 out in the first inning. 147 innings, 147 hits, 10 home runs, 79 in total, 70 are earned. He's walked 46 and struck out 64. That's a palindrome. And the fastball tops out at 86. So Don Sutton watches from the dugout in sheer disbelief. And Tommy Lasorda just kind of stands there going, what is going on? It's 5-0 Giants. The pitch to Monefusco. Struck him out. A 1-2 on the inside corner, and there's finally 2 out. So Bill Madlock singled and scored to start the ballgame. Rhoden deals. Ground ball to Lacey. Goes to Russell for the sure out, and that will retire the side. But the Giants put a 5 spot on the board and chase Don Sutton away. We go to the bottom of the first. Holy mackerel, San Francisco 5, L.A. coming up. Monefusco, the count is making start number 27. He's got 9 left after this. He is 7-8 on the replay with an ERA of 3.16. No Bonds. You know, McCovey's there. McCovey has a base hit. So against the Dodgers, this is start number 3. In his previous 2 starts, he's 0-2 with an ERA of 7.36. So 11 innings, 15 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 4. The National League Rookie of the Year in 75, last pitched 5 days ago against the Astros. 7 innings, 9 hits, a run. It was earned and he struck out 5, but he didn't get a decision. So 176 and 2/3 innings, 173 hits, 15 home runs, 76 total runs, 62 earned. He's walked 44 and struck out 128. Fly ball pitcher, fastball at 91. And so he had to wait a while after warming up. So here's the Dodger lineup. Billy North will lead off in center field. Bill Russell will bat second and play short. Reggie Smith is in right. He'll hit third. The Penguin, Ron Cey, will clean up at third. Steve Garvey at first will bat fifth. Lee Lacy, the second baseman, will go sixth. Rick Monday, who I said I don't remember ever playing left field, will bat seventh. His error did not help. Johnny Oates behind the plate will bat eighth, and Rick Rhoden, in relief of Don Sutton, will pitch and bat ninth. The line on Sutton, come up, there we go. All 5 runs are earned. Unbelievable. Defensively for the Giants, Terry Whitfield a 6 and a 7 in left. Jim Dwyer a 4 and a 4 in center. Jack Clark going to do some crosswits, a 6 and a 9 in right. Darrell Evans a 9 at third. Roger Metzger a 6 at short. Bill Matlock is a 5 at second. McCovey a 5 at first. And Tamargo a 4 and a 1 behind the plate. Yep, Sutton gave up 5 runs and got the yank. Unbelievable. I would venture to guess, and someone would have to look this up, that would have been the shortest start in Don Sutton's entire career. Montefusco is an 8 on the mound with a .944 fielding percentage. North at .241, no homers and 17 RBI. And the pitch to Billy is a line drive right field in front of Clark, and the Dodgers start off with a hit. Brings up Bill Russell at .270, a homer and 39 RBI. Hit and run is on. There goes North. A throw down to second, and Billy North is thrown out. And so Russell, being a 9 out of 10 on a hit and run, he missed the pitch. It's a ball and a strike. But Tamargo, who has a ramen noodle of an arm, throws him out. I mean, one of those days that Tommy Lasorda is just going to take his cannoli and go home. Pitch to Russell is a little number down to Metzger, and Metzger's just going to eat it. So the Dodgers have 2 hits and a runner on for Reggie Smith at .287, 19 homers, and 66 RBI. How you doing, DC? Throw to first, Russell back. We're quickly going into Ronnie at the haunted house at 5 years old for the Dodgers here. Pitch to Smith is a high pop-up right side. Clark will get it. Russell will go back. In fact, Clark had to reach back for it and dove. Although the wind's blowing in from left, 2 out for Ron Cey. .250, 17 homers, and 62 RBI. So the wind's blowing in at 12 on a beautiful day at Dodger Stadium. But the LA crowd is restless, down 5 runs. Throw to first, Russell back. And as you saw when we showed Montefusco's stats, the Dodgers have hit him rather well. Say, center field, gone. So it's 5-2 as Ronnie pumped that one into left center field for his 18th. That ball was hammered. Jim Dwyer tried to give chase, but it's halfway up the bleachers. And so, as I said, if you're going to get down 5 runs, do it in the first inning. Now it's a 3-run game. Here's Garvey at .316, 17 homers and 83 RBI. The pitch, and here's a looper into center field. Metzger couldn't get there, and it's now the 4th Dodger hit of the inning. We secretly replaced a Major League Baseball game from 1978 with some beer league softball. Let's see if anybody notices. So here's Lee Lacy at .297, 13 homers and 40 RBI. Monefusco pitch, throw down to first. Garvey's back. So Monefusco has thrown 26 pitches and has a 1-ball count to Lacy. Struck him out. He got him to swing and miss at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball to retire the side. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. It took us 20 minutes to play the first inning after 1, San Francisco 5, LA 2. So here's Jim Dwyer. Jim singled and scored in the first. Roden in relief of Don Sutton. Base hit right field. Reggie Smith will pick it up on a hop, and that's the 7th hit for the Giants. Jack Clark struck out. He was the only batter that Sutton retired. Throw to first. Dwyer is back. Here's the pitch. And Clark up the middle. North is there. He throws it to first, and Dwyer's back. So a little Texas leaguer that North had to ride to Swin to catch. And Dwyer almost got caught napping. 1 out from McCovey, who doubled and scored and drove in his 38th run of the year. In the left, Monday makes the catch for the out, 2 away. So a strange start to this primetime special. Here's Darrell Evans. Walked and scored. Throw to first. Dwyer back. Pitch to Evans. And Darrell in the left field. Back goes Monday to the track, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. San Francisco 5, LA 2. So, if you missed it when we did the stream yesterday, the Plague League is one of our newest followers, and H2O Field, which I am assuming is Waterfield. So thanks for the follows. Do appreciate it. Rick Monday is at .276, 13 homers and 47 RBI. Pitched him up from Monefusco, strike 3. He looked at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball right down Broadway. So 1 out for Oates. John at .213 and 7 RBI. And that's a ground ball up the middle. Madlock from behind the bag over to McCovey. And there's 2 out for Roden, who is hitting .320. He is 16 for 50. That's a wow. 2 outs. Ball 4. Never good to walk the pitcher. So for 9 batters, Monefusco at 42 pitches. An inning and 2/3. 4 hits. A home run to say. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. Pitch to North. Base hit. Left center field. Dwyer will pick it up. Roden scampers to third. And now you got runners on the corners and 2 out for Russell, who singled and scored on the Say homer in the first. Here's the pitch. Russell Chopper to third. Evans to Madlock for the out. And that goes the side. Dodgers will strand 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the third. San Francisco 5. Los Angeles 2. Oh, for sure, Mr. Forsberg. Rick Rhoden played with a scratch handicap. And anytime you'd have one of those celebrity golf tournaments, Rhoden would win it. So Terry Whitfield, who singled and scored, will start the top of the third. And for Big Clue's benefit, the Dodgers are still 4.5 up on the Reds, who've now dropped 3 straight. San Diego 6. And San Francisco has fallen to 9 back. In the East, Philadelphia, because they keep beating Pittsburgh, as a 4.5 game lead. Big Blue hopes that they make up a game. In the American League West, Kansas City by 1.5 games over the slumping Rangers and 2 over California. And in the East, Milwaukee by 1 game over Baltimore and 3 over the Yankees. Toronto, by the way, 53 and 62, have won 4 straight. So Whitfield, as I said, singled and scored in the first. Rhoden's pitch, and there's a base hit right field. The Giants have put the leadoff runner on in all 3 innings. Here's Metzger. Garvey and Shea play for the bunt. Metzger, 2 RBI on the game already, is 11. Who was the first player to homer in Riverfront Stadium? I want to say it's something kind of out there, kind of like Pete Rose. Pitch to Metzger, up the middle for a base hit. So Whitfield's on, Metzger on first. It was in 1970, and it was a visiting player. Okay, so obviously it wasn't Pete Rose. Here's Tamargo. Tamargo singled Chase Sutton in the first. Pitch. And there's a fly ball to right. Back goes Smith, and it's gone. So Jeff Tamargo has hit a 3-run homer, and it's 8-2 San Francisco. My goodness. Reggie Smith just pounds his fist against the padding along the wall in right field. 8 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. And they've left 3 on. The Dodgers, 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error, and they've left 3 on. I don't know. Everyone's going to Baseball Reference to try to figure this out. John Montefiusco struck out his first time up for the Braves. Was it one Henry Aaron? Pitch to Montefiusco, strike 3. Rhoden got him again. He swings and misses at the... Was it really? It was a pure guess. How about that? So Rhoden has struck out 2. 37 pitches through 10 batters, 2 innings, 4 hits, the home run to Jeff Tamargo. And here's Madlock. Bill 1 for 2. He singled and scored. Of course, Aaron would hit .714 in Cincinnati. Opening day 74. Pitch to Madlock is a liner to left. Monday will haul that one in. And there's 2 out. For Dwyer, who was singled twice and scored. Although we wish Lorenzo the best as he deals with some family issues, I'm sure he would be ripping me a new one, accusing the game of being rigged and all that. 8-2 San Francisco in the top of the third. Pitch to Dwyer is in the right or center field. North rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. But the Giants get 3 more on the 3-run homer by Tamargo. 3 hits and no errors. I'm going to take a drink. It's 8-2 San Francisco. Helps if I can reach it. Erg! That's funny. You mean he's out protesting the front office of the Oakland Oaks? No, his brother fell around Memorial Day, and his sister had to visit from Arizona to help take care of their elderly mother. And something must have happened because he wasn't in there, and there was a comment on YouTube on a rerun that he was still dealing with things. But it's funnier to say he's out protesting in front of the Oakland Oaks front office. He probably would like that boy better. Reggie Smith is 0 for 1. And Monofusco starts the third with a ground ball to second. Madlock over to McCovey, 1 out. Big Clue, by the way, won't be joining us at noontime unless he can sneak it in on his cell phone, because he's gone back to work. Care to share what you do? You don't need to give specific names and addresses. You do. No, you don't. Here's Ron Cey hit a 2-run homer in the first to account for both the Dodger runs. Monofusco's pitch into left field. Back goes Whitfield, and Cey's hit his second of the ball game. Oh my goodness, did he put that one in the top of the bleachers in left field. There, all Whitfield could do is turn and watch it go, and it's now 8-3. Here it is again. Cey took that one and shoved it about 420 feet. So it's 8-3. Retirement planner for a well-known bank. And so I suppose it would be kind of tough to say, "Excuse me, Mrs. Jones." Well, we take a look to see what you should be investing your 401k in. Would you care to watch a fake game from 1978? I think it's the Orioles and the Yankees again. Probably not going to work, huh? Here's Garvey. Steve singled his first time up. And there's a pop-up left side. Evans on the grass. 2 out. Depends on the age of the client. Yeah, someone that's probably in their early 20s. Yeah, about to say anybody under 30, probably not. Really? You know, it's on Twitch. You're familiar with Twitch, right? No, the graphics are great here. They're lifelike. Here's Lacey. He struck out his first time up. Pitch. Got him. Monofusco got him to chase on a 1-2 off-speed pitch. But Ron Cey, second home run of the ball game. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 4th. San Francisco 8, Los Angeles 3. So Roden comes out for his 3rd inning. He'll face Clark, McCovey, and Evans. And if you're wondering, that's a lot of runs for Dodger Stadium, being daytime and all. Yeah, you're right, it is. Batting average plus 4% better for the lefties, plus 1 for the righties. And with a bunch of home runs, plus 12 for the lefties and plus 13 for the righties. The best perk is that because of COVID, they are offering everything in the cafeteria for free. I would imagine that it's not just Shoney stuff at a bank cafeteria. Just putting that out there. It's not Golden Corral for you. Yeah, Lorenzo is missed. Hopefully we get him back soon. Change of game time today probably didn't help. But we will be noon tomorrow, noon Thursday, and noon Friday. Reminds you of your 70 replay. DC says pitching is optional at times. We've had a lot of well-pitched games recently. This is not it. Oh. Well, I'm driving down for you. Chicken parm, a Caesar salad, and a Snapple. And a big box of Altoids to get you through the rest of your day. Unless you're probably not doing those appointments in person, though, are you? Pitch to Clark, who's 0 for 2. High fly ball to right. Smith goes back. It's 9-3. You can eat whatever the heck you want then. So Jack Clark makes it 9-3. Phone or teleconference? Okay. You could put me on the hold music, right? I'm sorry, I gotta be, but no Twitch it. No, not at a bank, no. So here's Willie McCovey. He's 1 for 2, a double and an RBI, and scored a run. And don't forget, if you're watching on Twitch, they keep up the games for 2 weeks. And we're now on YouTube, only about a week behind. So we're catching up. And with the wife on vacation next week, I bet we will be caught up by the time there. The wind has flipped around. It's out now up to left center at 12. 89 degrees and clear. Pitch to McCovey is a little number to Garvey. He'll underhand it to Roden for the out. So 1 out for Darrell Evans, who walked and scored. 9 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for San Francisco. And they've left 3 on. The Dodgers, 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error, and they've left 3 on. Pitch to Evans is a line drive foul. And that kid from San Pedro, pretty bummed being down 6 runs, makes the catch. So a ball and 2 strikes to Evans. And there's a line drive to right. Reggie's there. 2 out. Here's Whitfield. Terry is singled twice, driven in a run and scored twice. And Roden is going to go as long as Tommy can milk him for, because the Dodger bullpen is exhausted, and this will not help. If you joined us late, Don Sutton only retired 1 batter. It was 5-0 after the first half inning. Pitch to Whitfield. Into left center, North is there, and that will retire the side. Another run on the homer by Clark, a hit and an error. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. San Francisco 9, the Dodgers 3. So Rick Monday struck out his first time up. Johnny Oates, and they're going to have to bat Roden just because Lasorda needs him to go as long as possible. Pitch to Monday, struck him out. So that's 4 for Montefusco. 2-2 breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. Here's Oates. 0 for 1. And there's a base hit right center field. So that's the 7th hit for the Dodgers. Rick Roden walked his first time up. Squares. McCovey and Evans play in. Tamargo throws it to Madlock covering. And the sac bunt is down. So Oates is on second. And brings up Billy North. So through 18 batters, Montefusco 72 pitches. His ERA in this one is 7.36. 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Pitch to North. Ball 4. So here's Russell. Bill is 1 for 2. Has scored a run and singled. The Giants are 59 and 58. The Dodgers are 68 and 49. And we are down to 17. It's game 118 for the Dodgers. And 118 for 118 for the Giants. Sutton not tired, he can start tomorrow. Well, remember, we go as played, so he's not starting tomorrow. He went in and took a shower and found some Tecates. Has been pounding those down, watching this or listening to this on the radio. Tamargo and Montefusco have a few words. From the stretch, ball 4, and the Dodgers have them loaded. 2 out for Reggie Smith, is 0 for 2. So, this one certainly isn't over. Montefusco isn't covering himself in clover either. Here's pitch. And there's a high fly ball to right, but Clark will keep it in the yard, and the Dodgers will leave him loaded. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the fifth. San Francisco 9, the Dodgers 3. So Metzger, who has singled twice, scored once, and driven in 2. And Roden will try to milk it one more inning as he starts his 4th inning on the hill. Pitch to Roger, ball 4. Brings up to Margot. Has already doubled his real-life home run production. He is 2 for 2. He's homered, singled, and driven in 3. Metzger on first. Nobody out, top the 5th. Oates and Roden will chat. They switch the signs around. Runner goes, throws down to second, and Metzger is retired. In fact, it was a strike him out, throw him out double play. So it was strike 3 called, and then they got the runner trying to steal. And Metzger took off on his own. So there's some looks from the Giant dugout as Metzger comes back. And Roden catches a break. He'll face Montefusco, who is 0 for 2. He's hitting 128. That's the one I didn't give the stats to. 6 for 47 and an RBI. Roden deals, and there's a slow roar to Russell over to first, and they better get the pitcher. They do. So halfway home, the boo-boo by Metzger hurts. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 9-3 San Francisco. We'll be back in a moment. You know, I take that 30-second break to take a drink. And by the time I remember to do it, there was 13 seconds left on the ad. And by the time that I actually took the sip, there were 4 seconds left on the ad. Anyway, the Giants sent 10 to the plate, chasing Don Sutton in the first. McCovey had doubled to score Madlock. Then Whitfield made it 3-0 on a 2-run single, and Rick Monday booted the ball. And then Roger Metzger's single made it 5-0. Dodgers got 2 back in the first. Ron Cey is 18th of the year to make it 5-2. Then John Tamargo, of all people, made it 8-2 on a 3-run shot. Ron Cey, who's at the plate, made it 8-3 on a solo shot, his 19th. And then Jack Clark to smash his 18th in the 4th. And that's how we got here. Pitching, what's that? Don Sutton, the story, 35 pitches. He faced 8 batters and only retired 1. Rick Roden in relief. And Montefusco, by sheer luck, is probably going to get the win. So here's Ron Cey. He's homered twice. He's now has 19 on the year and has driven in 65. And he walked him. Didn't give him anything. 3-1 was low, and that's ball 4. Here's Garvey. Steve is 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch from Montefusco. Into right field. Clark will ride the horse, makes the catch. Cey goes back. No, he's got to get 2 more out. And I suppose you could get 6 runs right now. But Montefusco hasn't pitched well. This goes to show that the win is a overrated stat. Here's Lacey. He has struck out both times. So he's 0 for 2. In the right, gone. So the announcer's jinx kicks in again. Say will score. Lacey scores, and we've reached the Dolly Parton score of the ball game. It's 9-5. Wonder, you'll never hear that on a Fortnite stream now, will you? You don't normally see this much scoring in Los Angeles unless you go to a Laker game or a movie shoot up in the Hollywood Hills. Wink, wink. So here's Monday. He has struck out twice. Or you're on the Hollywood Strip. Yes, there's a lot of scoring there. You're absolutely right. Pitch to Monday. Struck him out, so Rick will take the collar. An 0-2, strike 3 call. That's 5 for Montefusco. And that'll bring up Oates, who's 1 for 2 with a single. And he hits a slow roller to Madlock in the hole, makes a good play over to McCovey, and that will retire the side. The Dodgers get 2 runs on the homer by Lee Lacy, and after 5, it's 9-5. And so, Rick Rhoden, whose arm is probably about ready to fall off, Tommy's going to try to get him through this inning because he would lead off the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the top of the order for Rhoden. Madlock, Dwyer, and Clark. Billy is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. And the pitch is a ground ball to Say over to first, across the way, 1 out. Rhoden might be tired after coughing up 5 runs in 5 innings. No. It's only 4. He only gave up 4. Here's Dwyer. He has singled twice. He's 2 for 3. You think you're getting the day off, or at least, you don't have to go down the bullpen until about the 3rd or the 4th inning. And get down there. 5-0 in the first with Don Sutton on the hill. In the right center, North runs a long way and makes a catch on the warning track. So Rhoden looks like he's going to get through this. Here's Jack Clark. He homered his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And Tommy's going, just get him. Just get one, man. I don't need to go burn a pitcher for 1 batter. Here's McCovey. He doubled. He's 1 for 3. He has driven in his 38th run and scored his 39th. Base hit, right center field. Clark goes to third. McCovey will hold. And Tommy's going, I gotta yank you. Oh my goodness. So the 14th. Mr. Forsberg, there is no game tomorrow for the Dodgers. Doug Rauch will start on Tuesday. And then Bob Welch, Bert Hooton, and then Tommy John. I could double switch. So Charlie Huff's going to come in. Rick Monday will come out. And Dusty Baker will hit 9th. So Huff, who is tired, is 5-3 with 5 saves and an ERA at 2.51. This is his 35th game of the year. He throws a knuckler and a ground ball. Against the Giants, this is his 6th appearance. 4 1/3 innings. 3 hits. He has struck out 4. He is 2-0, however, with a save. He pitched 3 days in a row, but had yesterday off. Only 2/3 of an inning yesterday with a strikeout, or Friday night. So 46 and 2/3 innings, 33 hits, 20 runs, 13 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 21 and struck out 38. So Clark on third, McCovey on first, 9-5. San Francisco, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Darrell Evans is 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. Ball 4. Dwight Evans might be the most underrated player in history. Cecil Cooper, I think, would qualify too. Gil Hodges. So they're loaded for Whitfield, who's 2 for 3. Tons of people love Dewey and Hodges. And Darrell had a great career. Of course, he broke in with the Braves. Had some good years in San Francisco. You missed Mr. Forsberg talking about him earlier. So Whitfield 2 for 3. Is singled, scored twice, and singled twice, scored twice, and driven in a run. Huff delivers, struck him out. He swung on and missed for strike 3. So the Giants get no runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th in this game that's never going to end. San Francisco 9, Los Angeles 5. So John Curtis coming in. He is 3-0 on the replay with a save and an ERA of 4.50. It's his 32nd appearance. He's a fastball pitcher at 91, and he's a ground ball plus pitcher. Against the Dodgers, this is his 6th appearance. 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 1, and has an ERA of 9.82. He last pitched Friday night, 2/3 of an inning. So overall, 36 innings, 40 hits, a homer, 20 runs, 18 earned. He's walked 22 and struck out 21. In 70 replay that DC is playing now, Senators 6-5 over the Indians after 4.5. Pitching is optional at times, and he says that Cooper was a sweet player. So Dusty Baker steps in at 273, 8 homers and 46 RBI. Curtis deals, and there's a fly ball to center. Dwyer goes back, but will make the catch, 1 out. Brings up Billy North, who's 2 for 2. He singled twice and walked. So Montefusco is the winning pitcher of record, and Mr. Sutton is on the hook for the loss. Pitch to North, struck him out. Full count, swung on and missed at 93. So that'll bring up Russell. Bill is 1 for 2. He is singled, scored, and drew a walk. Pitch from Curtis, ground ball to third. Evans over to McCovey for the out, and that will retire the side. We go to the 7th. It's 9-5 San Francisco. So Roger Metzger, Jeff Tamargo in the pitcher spot to face Huff. Roger has singled twice and walked. 2 for 2, and he's driven in 2. Slow roller to Lacey. Over to Garvey. 1 out. Brings up John Tamargo. Not Jeff Tamargo. John Tamargo. Anyway, he's 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Ball 4. Walked him. Full count. So let's see what the Giants do with Curtis. Pinch hit. In his only at bat on the replay, he struck out. So 1 out, top the 7th. And Rob Andrews joins the fray and will pinch hit. He's hitting .283, no homers, and 14 RBI. Tamargo with a healthy lead off at first. He goes to throw down to Lacey, is not in time. And so the catcher, the backup catcher for San Francisco, gets a steal, his second of the year, and a 3-run homer, his second of the year. And the count is no balls and a strike to Andrews. Huff delivers, and there's a liner in the left field. That's going to drop. Tamargo will hold, and it's runners on the corners, and 1 out for Madlock, who was 1 for 4. He is singled and scored. So Oates and Huff try to get on the same page. Charlie's knuckler is a liner to the left. Baker is there. Tamargo will score without a throw, and now we got ourselves a Woolworth game because it's 5 and dime, 10-5 San Francisco. Again, you're never going to hear that on a Fortnite stream. Big Monty! Big _ Monty, how are you? You are my 124th follower. Thank you very much, sir. Hope you enjoy and like. Thank you. Jim Dwyer is 2 for 4. Has singled twice and scored a run. Well, thank you. Ball 4. Again, there really is no place to double switch unless you burl out. You're not going to yank Russell. You need to try to get to Huff's position so you can go with Forster. Jack Clark is 1 for 3. He had a solo shot. 18th of the year now, has driven in 78. He's walked once and struck out once. Huff pitch. Base hit left field. Andrews will score. Dwyer moves to third. And Lasorda is going to have to make another move. It's a hot day, but not as hot as Lasorda. Bob Welch. Will come in. He's making his 13th appearance. He is 4-2 with a save and an ERA at 2.07. Yet Clark might buy a few more cars after the big game today. Welch against the Giants has made 2 starts in a relief appearance. 18 innings, 16 hits. 6 runs, 5 earned, a walk, and 14 strikeouts. He pitched a complete game against the Giants on the 10th. Actually, not a complete game. You didn't get a decision. So, 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 8. So, overall, 61 innings, 51 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned, 4 homers. He has walked 7 and struck out 44. Fastball tops out at 88. And he's a ground ball pitcher. And he's just trying to bridge the gap to an at-bat, and they can get Terry Forster in the ball game. McCovey is 2 for 4. He has singled, doubled, and driven in a run. And scored. And sends this one to left. Baker makes the catch, and that will retire the side. New pitcher for the Giants is Charlie Williams, and we'll tell you about it after this. Well, now that being 11-5, the 7th inning stretch had some of those people in the stands leave. Charlie Williams is 2-2 with 2 saves and an ERA of 7.94. 34 games for Williams. Fastball pitcher 89 doesn't feature the ground ball or the fly ball. Against the Dodgers, his 8th appearance. 9 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 9 runs. You think he's bad against the Dodgers. Look what he's done against San Diego. All earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 3. DC always thinks of Willie Mays when he hears Charlie Williams mentioned. Last time out was 2 days ago against the Dodgers. An inning, 3 hits, a run it was earned. So overall, 39 and 2/3 innings, 57 hits. That's not very good. 36 runs, 35 earned, 4 homers, 23 walks, and 16 strikeouts. That's how you get an ERA of 7.94. Reggie Smith is 0 for 3. Senators win, by the way, 8-6. They beat Cleveland. What engine are you using, sir? Pitch, and Reggie Smith draws the walk. 11 runs, 14 hits, no errors. For the Giants, they've left 8 on. The Dodgers, 5 runs, 8 hits, and an error, and they've left on 6. Say has homered twice and scored on the Lacy homer. He's accounted for 3 of the 5 Dodger runs. Pitch to Say, ball 4. Brings up Garvey, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Williams not doing that well. Up the middle, a base hit. So Smith will score. Metzger got a late jump. It's now 11-6. And so the 49ers, I don't know how you get 11. It's a touchdown, a 2-pointer, and a field goal, I suppose. Lead the Rams 11-6. Let's see if Lacy can convert the extra point. Lee hit the 2-run bomb in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. He has struck out twice. Action PC, Mr. DC is using. I replay every game on an actual day for the 1970 season. Well, that's cool. When'd you start that? Pitch to Lacy. Gets away from Tamargo, and everybody moves up 90. So the Wild pitch scores Say, and it's 11-7. Boy, if the Dodgers come back to win this, won't Lorenzo just be beside himself? So here's Lacy with a full count, and Garvey on second. Williams hasn't retired a batter. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Evans, he'll have to hold the ball. Lacy was off like a shot, and the Dodgers have 2 on and nobody out, and it worked. They got to Bob Welch. And in comes Davey Lopes. Lopes at 274, 16 homers and 48 RBI. He started the first day of the 70 season, looking forward to the All-Star break. So how far along are you? So the Dodgers can make this a ball game right now. The pitch from Williams. Ball 4. And they're loaded. The tying run is at the plate for Johnny Oates. This one's kind of going in the Ripley's Believe It or Not category, isn't it? There's nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Wow. So you're on July 7, 70. And how long has it taken you to get there? Pitch to Oates. Ground ball to Metzger. Madlock for 1 to McCovey. And Oates is... well, I don't know yet. Not in time. He's safe. And so Williams has spit enough of the bit for the Giants. It's 11-8. And so Lavelle, making his 51st appearance of the year, is 8-6 with 9 saves. Is an ERA of 4.18. The Giants are in the process of coming undone. Against the Dodgers, this is his 6th appearance. He's gone 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 3. He is 1-1 with a save, or no save rather, an ERA of 5.40. 11-8, I'm being told by T.B. Pauly, was the final score of the 64 Army-Navy game. He last pitched on the 10th against the Dodgers, Thursday. Went 2 innings, allowed a hit. So overall, boy, I did not expect a baseball game to run 90 minutes. But that's where we are right now on an hour 4. 64 and 2/3 innings, 76 hits, a home run, 31 runs, 30 earned. He's walked 28, struck out 31. He is a fastball pitcher. The fastball tops out at 92, and he's a ground ball plus pitcher. And DC started at the beginning of April. And with the quarantine and all and the lockdown, I can see that turn off all the audio, and it takes about 10 minutes a game. Yep. Took us 20 minutes to play the first inning of this one. So Dusty Baker's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Lavelle. Ground ball to Evans. And they send Lacey. Oates for Madlock for 1. McCovey for probably 2. And does a double play work? Yes, it does. So we go to the 8th. The Dodgers put 3 on the board. San Francisco 11. The Dodgers 8. Lope stays in the game. He will play second base. And Terry Forster, the only pitcher left in the Dodger pen that actually is fresh, comes in. He is 4-2 with 12 saves and an ERA of 3.05. This is his 34th appearance. Against the Giants, this is his 6th appearance. 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and he has struck out 4, and he has 2 saves. Obviously not a save situation. He last pitched yesterday against the Giants. He went an inning, allowed a hit, and struck out a batter. So in 38 1/3 innings, he's allowed 33 hits, 4 homers, 16 runs, 13 earned. He has walked 11 and struck out 21. He is an extreme ground ball pitcher, and the fastball tops out at 91. So the lefty will face Darrell Evans, Terry Whitfield, and Roger Metzger unless the computer makes some changes here. Evans is 0 for 2. He has walked twice and scored. And Evans strikes out. He got him on an 0-2, swung on and missed. So that brings up Whitfield, who is 2 for 4. He has scored twice and driven in a run. Yep, as we've talked about on Digital to Dice in episode 47, the Torrey Krug episode went up today. These card and dice or computer games have helped pass the time without sports. Yep. And any reason for 1970? Pitch to Whitfield is a little ground ball to Lopes. You'll flip it over to Garvey for the out. So 2 away from Metzger, who is 2 for 3. Is singled twice and driven into and scored a run. So today we learned that Big Clue gets to play a big banker. Chicken parm, Caesar, and Snapple. I like that. I had chicken. And I'm working on a Gatorade Zero. Oh, and I had ice cream, which is why I had chicken and a Gatorade Zero. So 2 out. It'll be North, Russell, and Smith in the bottom of the 8th for the Dodgers. Metzger right back to Forster. Over to Garvey for the out. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. San Francisco 11, Los Angeles 8. Smart people use other people's money. Here, did I read that in my best commercial voice? I do a season a year. I was hoping for a season with less scoring. Okay. The Orioles were great. Are you running hot at the All-Star break compared to real life or what? Billy North is 2 for 3. He has walked, struck out, and singled twice. Pitch to North is a ground ball base hit into right field. Clark will pick it up. Now North is 20 steals, and he's in a good position to do so again. Although he was caught stealing on a botched hit and run. Russell is 1 for 3. He is singled, scored, and walked. We're going to run him. There goes North to throw down a Madlock, not in time. So 21 for North since coming over from Oakland. Yes, Richie Allen or Dick Allen may hit 60. The NL East is a battle. Pittsburgh in real life, right? That makes Big Clue's heart go pitter-patter. He loves Dick Allen. Now, that might be one of the most underrated players in history, Richie Allen. Pitch to Russell is a ground ball base hit. North will score, and it's now 11-9 San Francisco. That'll bring up Reggie Smith, who is 0 for 3. He has walked and scored. So nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning. 11-9 San Francisco. These Dodgers, why won't they just go away? I don't know. They're pesky. They're like the Yankees. Struck him out. Lavelli got him on a 2-2 looking. And there's one out for Say, who can tie the ball game. He's already hit 2. Yeah, Allen is a Hall of Famer that's been jilted, and I do agree. It is a travesty. So McCovey and Evans play the lines to guard against the double. Lavelle from the stretch throws to first. Russell back. 11 runs, 14 hits, no errors for San Francisco. They left 8 on. The Dodgers, 9 runs, 12 hits, an error, and they've left 7 on. Lavelle's pitch. Ball 4. And so now the go-ahead run is at the plate in Steve Garvey. And Terry Forster's going to have to bat. If nobody else fresh, and everyone that's left is going to need to start soon. Garvey is 2 for 4. He has singled twice. He has driven in a run and scored a run. This is right up there on the bizarre list, boys and girls. Pitch to Garvey into left field. That's going to be an out. Whitfield is there. Russell will tag. And he's going to go. They're going to try to send him to throw to Evans. Not in time. And the Dodgers have 2 in scoring position. I don't have anybody else to pitch. I mean, I got a pinch hit for him, but I don't know what to do. I suppose I could go with Routson. He's the only one left. And he's tired. Who can hit a lefty? So the Dodgers are going to bring up Manny Mota. 10 for 33, all as a pinch hitter in real life. 9 for 26 in the replay. He's driven in 2. 11-9 Giants. 2 out, bottom of the 8th. Lavelle. Line drive right to Evans, and that will retire the side. Oy vey. The Dodgers get 1 on 2 hits and no errors. Yeah, they need to work on fatigue for sure. We go to the 9th. It's San Francisco 11, the Dodgers 9. So the lefty Routson comes in. Although in this one with, I mean, when I saw the pitching matchup for this, it was Sutton. I thought, well, that's a complete game. But the Dodgers have had to burn the pen because Sutton choked the bit. Routson making his 32nd appearance is 0-2, but he has an ERA of 1.60. Against the Against the Giants, this is his 5th appearance, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, a run it was earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. He's 0-1. with a 2.08 ERA. He has pitched twice in this series. He went an inning and a third Friday night, and he walked 2. So overall, 39 in the third innings. 40 hits. The defense behind him has not been good. 14 runs, 7 earned. 2 homers. He's walked 26 and struck out 15. Like Mr. Forster, he is an extreme ground ball pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 85. And if this one goes extras, I don't know what in the world I'm going to do. So here's John DeMarco. He's 2 for 3. He is singled. He had a 3-run homer in the third. And he stole a base. I think this is one of these kitchen sink games where you've just seen everything. Pitch to DeMarco is a slow roller to Russell over to Garvey for the out. I do think that fatigue needs to be tweaked. There's been too many games in this replay where you go to the pen and there's just nobody there. And Baseball Logic says, look, you're getting lit up. I can't keep running you out there. Lavelli, I'm sure, will get pinch hit for. He's 0 for 1 on the replay with a strikeout. Mike Ivy, yesterday's hero. Yep, these are the dog days of August for sure. Ivy at 322, 12 homers and 40 RBI. Pitch, and it's popped up. Oates to the screen, and that's 2 out. So that'll bring up Bill Madlock, who was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Remember, after the ball game, we go through the rest of the day in baseball for you on the Digital Advice postgame show. Routson from the line. There's a line drive right field base hit. The 15th hit for the Giants. 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They've left 8 on. Here's Dwyer, 2 for 4. He singled twice, walked and scored. The Dodgers, 9 runs, 12 hits and an error, and they've left 9 on. And Heidi Cruz, Heity, Heity, will pinch hit for Dwyer. So Cruz at 189 for homers and 11 RBI. Madlock, a big insurance run on first. 2 out. Top the 9th. Pitch to Cruz up the middle, a base hit. So Madlock will go to third. The Giants marching again. And here is Jack Clark at 2 for 4. A home run, his 18th. He drove in runs number 78 and 79. He has walked once and struck out once. Routson. Ground ball to short. Russell flips it to Lopes, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. San Francisco 11, Los Angeles 9. Many games in 70 of 25 hits and replays. For both teams, or just one? We had 28 in this game. As plays a little bit better. Of course, you can tweak the AI here. So Billie Jean King's brother making his 31st appearance of the year. He's lost his last 5 decisions. This is a save situation, however. He is 2-9 with 7 saves, but that ERA is 5.60. So if you're a Giant fan, you're kind of sweating this one out. In 3 previous appearances against the Dodgers, he's gone 2 1/3 innings. 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 1, struck out 1, and is 0-1. And look at that ERA at 11.57. So DC plays a combo. Yep. Well, good for you. This is his 3rd appearance of the series. Inning in the 3rd on Friday night. 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 1. So in 35 1/3 innings, he's allowed 42 hits, 3 homers, 23 runs, 22 earned. He has walked 13 and struck out 26. He's a fastball pitcher and a flyball pitcher at 91. I bet Randy let his sister win when they were kids. Probably why she was up for that farce versus Bobby Riggs. So Lopes, who walked, Oates, who's 1 for 4, and Baker in the bottom of the 9th. What a ball game this has been. Pitch to Lopes. In the left. Back goes Whitfield, 11-10. Oh, baby. Davey Lopes with a home run. That's his 17th. And those who have stayed have gotten quite the show. Well, apparently in this one. 11-16-0 for the Giants. They've left on 10. The Giants, 10 runs, 13 hits in an error, and they've left on 9. Johnny Oates is 1 for 4. He is singled and driven in a run. The pitch. Line drive. Evans is there. 1 out for Dusty Baker, who was 0 for 2 and grounded into a double play. Billy North on deck. And Bill Russell in the hole. Lasorda rocking back and forth. Don Sutton can't believe he may escape without a loss. Pitch to Baker. Popped up in the infield. Metzger behind the bag. 2 out. So Billy North, who's 3 for 4, has singled thrice. Scored a run, stole a base, walked, and struck out. Last chance for the Dodgers. Still about 20,000 in attendance. Everybody's up on their feet. Moffitt delivers. Ground ball to Evans. Foul. So the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. We do it again. Ball 4, and the tying run is on for Billy Russell. It's like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon when he's screaming about agony. Russell is 2 for 4. He has singled twice, driven in a run, scored a run, and walked. So the tying run is on. In North, yeah, you bunch of maroons. I don't know who can pitch. Russell would have to come out to pitch the 10th. If we do go extras, McCovey, Evans, and Whitfield. Pitch, I'll throw to first, North back. I don't dare send him. I don't need him thrown out trying to steal. Pitch to Russell. Fly ball left field. That'll do it. Whitfield will make the catch, and the Giants hang on. And I mean they hang on 11-10 by the skin of their teeth. This one kind of came out like a spring training game in Florida. 11 runs, 16 hits, and no errors for the Giants. 10 runs, 13 hits, and an error for the Dodgers. The Giants burned 5 pitchers. Montefusco gets the win. He goes to 8-8 in a game he was not good in. In fact, he had plus stuff and was that poor. 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned. The 3 homers, 2 by Say and 1 by Lacey. He walked 4 and struck out 5. Then the law firm of Curtis, Williams, Lavelle, and Moffitt nearly choked a bit. They gave up 5 runs in 4 innings. Don Sutton takes the loss. He goes to 13-10. Not only did he leave the game in the middle of it, he took a shower, took the freeway, and bought a hot dog on the Santa Monica Pier by the time this one was over. Rick Rhoden, 5 1/3, 6 innings, 4 runs all earned. And then it was just kind of catch as catch can. By the way, Ron Say with his 2 homers is our Digital Dice MVP. So let's play a Sunday, shall we? A full card there. He the real MVP. I the MVP tonight. How are you? 2 double headers on the card. We start in Cleveland. The Rangers win game 1, 7-4. Doc Meddick, 7-6. Frieselbin goes to 0-5. Bobby Bonds with his 14th of the year. And if I gotta wait for game 2, can't see it yet. In game 2, where is it? Cleveland splits. They beat Texas 7-2. Rick Wise gets the win. He goes to 10-9. Paul Mirabella takes a loss 1-2. Andy Thornton 2 for 3. Well, thanks for joining us. St. Louis downs the Mets 6-0. Pete Vukovich goes to 6-7. Brewhart takes a loss 2-7. George Hendrick 1 for 1 with a triple. Philadelphia in 12. They sweep the Pirates 5-4. Tug McGraw goes to 4-1. Jerry Royce goes to 4-4. John Milner, by the way, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 stolen bases. The Phillies, by the way, steal 5 bases. Doubleheader in Minnesota. They split with Oakland. The first one, Minnesota 11-4. Gary Sarum goes to 13-5. Matt Keogh 6-10. Butch Weiniger goes 3 for 4. In game 2, Lacey gets the win for Oakland 3-1. He goes to 7-9. Roger Erickson takes the loss. And Elias Sosa and Yu gets the save. Talk about runs in Baltimore. The Yankees pound out 23 hits. Ed Figueroa beats Scotty McGregor 17-1. Craig Nettles hits 2 homers and drives in 5. And now the margin for the Yankees, they trail by 3. Milwaukee beats Boston 10-8. Andy Rip goes to 9-5. Mike Torres 11-10. Boomer Scott 3 for 5 with his 5th of the year. Jim Rice, by the way, now has 40 home runs. It is the 13th of August, by the way. Kansas City downs Toronto 14-6. Larry Gura goes to 6-5. Tom Underwood falls to 5-10. Rico Cardi, however, hits 2 homers for the Blue Jays and 3 hits. He has 26 on the year. The Royals pound out 20 hits. Montreal 7, Chicago 4. Scott Sanderson, his first win. That may be the first win of his career. Rick Russell gets a loss. He goes to 13-8. The White Sox shut out the Tigers are shut out by the White Sox. See, I had it right the first time. Prawley gets the win. He goes to 2-2. Dave Roseman takes a loss. He goes to 9-9. George Orta 3 for 4. Houston 5, Atlanta 2. Vern Rule goes to 2-1. Skok with a loss for Atlanta. Jose Cruz 3 RBI and 2 stolen bases. Seattle 7, California 4. Almost done here. Rick Honeycutt goes to 5-8. Paul Hartzell falls to 2-3. Scott Stinson goes to 4 for 4 with a homer. Now, the good news for the Dodgers is the Padres won 6-5 and 11 over Cincinnati. Desquito gets the win. He goes to 5-4. Tomlin takes a loss 2-5. Oscar Gamble, we talked about him the other day and him hitting 30 homers and then nothing in San Diego. Well, he hit a homer and drove in 5. Mike Prawley, by the way, threw the shutout for Chicago. Craig Reynolds had 3 hits, a homer, and 5 RBI. And Oscar Gamble had 4 hits and 5 RBI. Is that it? That is it. Woohoo! Okay, the Yankees and Orioles tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Here are the standings. Philadelphia now has 5.5 game lead over Pittsburgh. That is now the largest margin in baseball. And they now have the best record at 68-46. Dodgers 4.5 over Cincinnati, 5 over San Diego. In the American League, it's all pretty tight. Milwaukee by 2 over Baltimore and 3 over the Yankees. The Red Sox have moved to Washington. In the West, Kansas City by 2 over Texas, 3 over California, and 5 over Minnesota. This did take an hour and a half. My goodness. Hey, thanks for hanging in there and watching, and good to see MVP tonight and Big Monty. We normally stream Tuesday through Friday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. One game from the 1978 season every day. Until tomorrow at lunch, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you then. Good night, everybody.